Okay, so I have taken out the clamps. I think all the difficult part of the project is done actually. I think so. Yeah. So I have to just do the finishing. It's just about planing these, like the glue blobs and all, and then we'll see what else is there. Then we'll work on like the finishing. And by the way, I have also placed the order for a gas strut. And I was just watching a few videos how to measure what dimension I need, or what strength I need. So it's actually a function of the weight of the lid and the diamond and the length from the hinge. So I have already ordered, so I've never used that, so I'll see how that works out. Let's see how I want to plane these. Let me start with the underside. Underside won't be visible, but you're keeping your shoes and all, like your hand may rub against it. So I think this is good. Yeah, I can't feel this. I'll break the edges. This side can I break? I'll just use sandpaper for that one. This one I have to be a little bit cautious, because if my plane touches the plywood before even touching this solid wood, I would rather prefer like scraping these points. So let me see how it goes. I'm slowly actually my plane is touching the plywood, but it's still okay. I'm not trying to dimension this or like thickness this anyway. Just that glue line, it want it to feel smooth. I think that I'll leave it at that, because there is a veneer on the top which I don't want to breaking the areas here. This thing is ready. Now let's see how the front looks. Should I take one more shaving of the front? No, I think it looks good. I've already planed it. So this is how the front is going to look, and this is the top. So I'm very happy with how this came out. I mean, the clamping was a little bit messy. I guess I could have just started with the bottom part. I would have used a couple of pins or screws, and then I could have attached the top. Perhaps that would have been easier, but it all worked out just fine. These edges, they haven't been planed. So let me just take a couple of swipes, because they're already like they're already short than I need, so I don't want it any thinner. Just making it like breaking the edges and making it like look good, look smooth. That's it. Same on this side. This is all done. Looking for my sandpaper. Yeah. Anything that touches the hand, I just have to remember that this, I don't need any more sanding like for my finish. So this is all ready. So I had actually filed these portions initially, but then I have planed these. I think I didn't record that part. So these still look sharp. So I'm going to like ease those corners, basically chamfer those with a file. They will look nice and will be stronger. A lot of movement. Let me that should be it. Little bit difficult to get this corner, so I want to get this all uniform. Maybe this side will not be visible, but I will. This feels nice, looks nice. Same on all corners. The inside part, if I can get it, would be nice. Not easy to get. If I can't get with this, I can come with the sandpaper. Especially the corners, because yeah, this is an area where you could someone could I mean, there is a chance that you could pinch your fingers or something, so I don't want that. I think this is ready. Let me erase this. I will sand it right now because I've started sanding. If I come back next day or something, I may not remember. And if I have to scrape something, then this is the time. And I will be applying my finish of choice, shellac. Not that I don't want to try something, but I try different things. They all have their merits. For finish, I want to keep it all natural, like least amount of chemical. So that's the reason shellac is my choice. So basically what I'm trying to say is that if I can get by with shellac for that project, that will be always be my first preference. So unless it is a dining table or some like a something of that kind, I will probably not think about anything else right now. Things may change. I'm not into like, I don't like experimenting with finishes as much, like because that's not my primary goal. I don't like even if something is good but it has a lot of chemicals, I'll probably try to stay away from that. So, but as I said, unless I'm like working on a dining table or something like that, things may change. But it's a little bit hard to like sand this the tambour rail, so I'm not going to probably do that. Only the part that is clearly visible, I'm going to do that, and anything that can I do a mild sanding? Let's see. That should be enough just for the shellac to adhere to that. Things are pretty much ready for applying finish, which I will do tomorrow. This is the tabletop. Let's see what I can do here. I mean, this looks very good. The only reason for sanding is to make it finish ready, like roughen it up so that slightly, so that the finish can adhere to it. This is ready. There are like the only things I want to take care of is like little bit of marks, like glue marks they seem like. Let's see, I don't like sanding that I can scrape off. We are hand tool woodworkers, so scraping is the preferred way, but I can't find my scraper. I don't even know if this I had sharpened the scraper or not. Yeah, this is not the one. This is making dust, which I can clearly say it will work for this case because I just want to remove glue marks. But the whole point of me trying with a scraper is because I can't find my scraper, I will just work with sandpaper. Works perfectly with sandpaper, like just for removing those glue blobs. But I mean, I just wanted to use my scraper, that's it. I'm not too worried about like glue blobs here on the underside because I've already installed the hinges, so I don't want to. I'm using a coarse grit sandpaper right on the edges where there is a significant hump, so that's it. The chamfers that I had created, I'm just taking one pass like this because I don't want to. I want to keep that crisp. That's it. I'll leave it at that. This is ready for the finish. I'll come back tomorrow to start on the finish work. Some pencil line still. Don't want anything on the tabletop. All right. See you tomorrow. Now it's time to apply shellac. So I thought I had some stock of shellac from my last project, but maybe I spent everything. So I had this sanding sealer. It says that it is meant for seal as a seal coat, like as a sanding coat, but at the end of the day, I think it's just shellac but dewaxed. So I don't know how old this is. So instead of like just letting it, maybe this is the time to give it a try. I'm pretty sure this will work. At the end of the day, it's just shellac. So I believe it has some leftover shellac like this much from the last project, the TV unit project. So no need to throw away that. So I'll just. I usually keep my brushes like to clean it for a few minutes, but I always forget taking this out. So they are like, even the handles are all soaked. That's fine. And normally like, I believe this thing is already like more dilute than regular shellac. It looks like that, but I will dilute it in any case. It's easier to apply like more dilute shellac than concentrated. Let's see. I will not go to the tabletop now because I have to think about how to apply. I'll start with the Let me put something on the grooves also. I'm not going to put more coats there inside, but just like the first coat, which I'm going to sand it off. So while this part dries, which looks like almost, so before I'll just come this side. And so I always like whenever I start a project, or like whenever I'm about to start my finish work, like finishing, I tell that I'm not going to apply any shellac or finish on the plywood, but I almost always like end up like applying. Can't tell why. I say this because like plywood doesn't need, and it's difficult to apply finish on plywood. But then when I do it, I feel like shellac is again like the easiest to apply. Plus, it just it mingles with I guess with the other solid wood components. I mean, especially this is Baltic birch. It is known to like it's known that it is so strong, resilient, and also it doesn't have a good reputation like as far as applying finish is concerned. They don't take it that well. But shellac is just easy, so I'll see how it looks. If it doesn't help, it raises the grain of that veneer too much, I'll do some mild sanding and not apply anymore. Now I can bring down this. Let me. I could have taken out that handle, but it's okay. I don't think it's going to impact that much. Rather, like it's brass, so let me refill this. I dropped some shellac on the bench top actually. Because it's too sticky to the hands. It's just the nature of shellac. Little bit awkward to apply shellac on the tambour rails, but I think it just works. Will it be detrimental for the glue joint like with the fabric? I hope not. That glue is cured, so So this part will be visible when you lift up the lid. This end grain is soaking a lot of shellac. A little bit awkward to apply, but I guess I will keep it on the floor for the second coat. It's just it's easier to manage it on the top, but or on the outside, but while keeping it on the top, but it's very difficult to get inside. This, then I have to use some I think I have covered all the important like visible parts of that the main frame. Now it's this is the top. So once I do it, I can keep it this way on a piece of plywood. I will have to just keep it this way and do it. I'll go for it. This is the underside. Maybe it's easier to apply the finish if I have like attached this on the frame itself. Maybe it's easier. Yeah, I will do that probably for subsequent coats. I know it's not dry yet, but I will just take a chance. And I haven't yet done the end grain, so normally we do that first. Let me do the end grains. Shellac and cherry look stunning as always. I think shellac and walnut, shellac and of course supili, they all look great. That's great about shellac, other than the fact that of course like it's so natural and all. It complements the beauty of that grain it is working with. Like it doesn't like alter anything, it just enhances the natural beauty of that grain, like that species. So only downside, of course, we know dissolves in alcohol. It's not as resilient or like as like the chemical, like oil based and all that we have these days. But then what I have also learned is that like during the olden days they used it on dining tables and those kind of things, because even though it was not as strong as these oil based like chemical based finishes, this was so easy to repair, like anyone could do it. So done. So actually this should be ready in like for sanding and the next coat in like 20 minutes or so, or like maybe an hour max, but I'll probably give it more time. I have to also step out for some errands, and we'll see. I'll probably install this back and then continue with the subsequent coats.